My grandfather contacted me from the afterlife. It's not what you think. I was close to my pops and it hit me hard when he passed. I want to say this before I go any further. He was always good to me and I only have the fondest memories of our time together. Days in the park, playing catch, fishing trips. You know the type of thing. Idyllic childhood memories with a loving grandparent. Memories are a funny thing. The good times are the ones we always talk about, the ones we chose to remember. It's like photographs, I guess. Snapshots in time. We only take pictures of happy occasions, weddings, birthdays, graduations, and vacations. These are the events and milestones we decide to commemorate. But what about the dark times, those painful memories that we carry with us? Sadly, we cannot escape from suffering during our short mortal existence. At some point, we will experience disappointment, anger, heartbreak, and grief. We try not to dwell on these moments of pain, to not let them consume us and destroy our fragile lives. I had my fair share of frustrations during my early years, but my first true loss came when my grandfather lost his long battle with cancer, quietly passing away in a hospice bed on a cold winter's day. Like I said, his death hit me hard. I struggled through the funeral, stifling my tears as I watched his coffin being lowered into the ground. By this time, I was a fresher in college, taking a break from partying to study for my midterms. It had been a long study session in my cramped dorm room as I drank cup after cup of coffee to keep my concentration. But inevitably, my strength eventually failed me as my eyes closed, and I fell asleep with my head rested against my desk. I'm not sure how long I was out for, but I do remember waking up to the first lights of dawn shining through my window, pulling my weary head off the desk and shaking myself back to reality. I cursed myself for wasting precious hours of revision time, but was astonished to find many pages of handwritten text on the table in front of me. Initially, I thought I'd gotten more work done before I drifted off to sleep, but when I started reading the words, I felt my heart beating fast in my chest. What I read was astonishing and surely impossible. Therefore, I suspected a trick. The text was not in my handwriting, you see, so I reckoned my roommate had played a cruel practical joke on me. But then I remembered he had gone home to his folks for the weekend, and besides, there were details included in the letter which he couldn't possibly have known. What's more, I recognized the handwriting and was able to compare the mystery letter to the last birthday card I received from my pops. And guess what? It was a perfect match. I felt a cold chill run down my spine as I sat down upon my mattress and read the words that I knew were my grandfather's. I knew we had a special bond, but would never have guessed it extended beyond the grave. But I can't think of any other explanation after what I'd learnt, and so I must believe that my pops contacted me from the afterlife. Clearly, he had unfinished business he needed to communicate, and I was his vessel to do so.